So if I go 3, 2, 1.
I'll be silent.
Oh, okay. All right, well, this is Tim. You've seen him in a couple of videos, and here's his SCX24. We're gonna talk about that today. So first thing on our list, we have the most obvious mod is the body. Tim wanted me to cut the body, and so we cut off the fenders, the fender flares, and we cut off this rear section. And why did that happen, Tim? Why did you want to do that?
So it could be a gladiator?
So it can look more like a gladiator? All right. I think it looks more like a gladiator for sure. Along with this, we went ahead and figured out that we could attach some Legos.
We didn't. I figured that out.
Well, right, but right down here on the frame where other body mounts go, those right there are just the right distance apart to stick some Legos in. And so he's made himself a bed and put some roughly scale accessories in the back, which is pretty cool. I can't see that. It needs to be further away. All right, so what is this chain for?
Winching.
For winching, okay.
Pretend-ish.
That works. So, and then Tim wanted to pull a trailer with it. So he asked that I find a way to permanently mount the Lego trailer hitch on there. And basically all I did there was
Hot glue it and put a screw through it.
well, I cut a little notch in the bumper too,
But
and then took a tiny little Phillips screw and screwed it through there and hot glued it. And that's been pretty effective for it.
I mean, it doesn't fall every second.
Doesn't fall off every second?
Yeah.
Well, I think it used to before we permanently mounted it.
Yeah.
Next thing to cover, Tim decided to take the bumper off. Now that was kind of twofold. The lights had failed and he wanted a better approach angle. While we're here at the front, this is the hot racing steering link. Also on the back, you may have seen earlier, we relocated the top mounting location for the rear shocks, and that gives a little bit more droop and a little bit more compression in the suspension, but the ride height needs to be adjusted. And so the way we've done that is to put a little piece of straw in there that the spring rests on, essentially a spring spacer. And so now we get full compression and a little bit more droop out of the rear suspension. Gives a little bit more articulation. So whereas before it was something like this, and now we get another, I don't know, centimeter or so. It's a little bit. All right, on to the bad things then. So we have 5 total motors in this Jeep. We've replaced it 4 times. Now, Axial and our local hobby store were very gracious and gave us one under warranty. And then we also separately bought 3 others. And we're on the last one, and it is only 10 months old. Full disclosure, one of those died because Mr. Tim decided to go running it through mud, and that didn't work very well. I mean, the Jeep worked great, but he didn't clean it out after that, and so it was kind of destroyed. So one of the tires got a crack in it, and I'm not sure what that was from. I don't remember which tire it is right now. Look, there it is. Right at the glue point. And when he went driving it through the mud, it filled up. So it wasn't supposed to, but it did. All right. So we're gonna need to get new wheels and tires here pretty soon because those are glued on. We also, because we modded the body so aggressively, we have this crack right here we need to deal with. It's just a Lexan body, so I'm not surprised at all.
I don't care. I don't think it's gonna do much.
Well, we might want to go ahead and fix it just for aesthetic purposes. That means to make it look good again.
If this side cracks, then we have a problem.
Well, yeah.
But I don't really care.
We mentioned before the lights on the bumper did die. I believe that was due to running it in the mud. Somehow that killed them. Which leads to our last point. I think this might be advertised as water resistant. Y'all can sound off in the comments if I'm wrong about that, but I just want to say it really isn't. It's not water resistant and you shouldn't treat it as such. So Tim learned the hard way, just learn from his mistakes. But learning that way is the easy way? Yeah, but then you have to go and change out parts.
But it's good to me.
It is the fun way. It was the fun way, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you want to add? I'm at the end of my list.
Tell them the motor got jammed.
Which motor?
The second motor, like
Wasn't it
the
the
motor that we had to replace was the third one.
Wasn't that the motor that you ran through the mud?
Yeah.
And so that motor jammed?
Yeah.
And then what did we do? We kind of cleaned it out, and it worked for a little bit longer, but it still died just a couple of runs later. All right, no need to make the video longer than it needs to be. I think this is going to be the end. Say bye.
Bye.